You have any kids? Yes, I have one daughter. How about you? How many baby daddies do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Ellipses. I have one daughter. I understand that it's she by the same father. I have one daughter. I understand that it's she by the same father. I don't understand.
As somebody who's chronically ill, mornings can be a really big challenge for me. I usually wake up around 10, take a few hours to regulate, and don't usually actually start my day until afternoon. Today, my fiance had some testing he needed ran and he needed to be sedated for it, so I needed to drive him there, and it was at 9:45 in the morning. He had to take his medication an hour before that, so we had to be up at 8:30. Which on one hand, it's wild to consider that horrendously early, but for me, that is horrendously early. And as a result, I have been almost completely incapacitated. I could hold it together for a little bit just to get him to his testing and back home, but since then I have been sucking it. I had a couple commenters bring up delayed sleep phase syndrome, I think is what it was, and I have heard of that. I didn't realize how much I identified with that until y'all brought it up, and I actually did like a deeper dive on it, but I haven't had it like professionally looked into it all. I don't know if that's what I'm actually dealing with, but I've always struggled with mornings. Like, it doesn't matter if I get a full 8 hours of sleep, because I got a full 8 hours of sleep last night. If I wake up before, I would say like 9 is the hard cutoff to where it's like horrible symptoms, but 10 is usually like, if I want to avoid being flared up at all, I have to wake up after 10. Like, anything before that, I'm gonna have more symptoms. I'm gonna be flared up. And if it's before 9, it's gonna be bad. Today, for example, my brain fog has been ridiculous. Like, oh my God, I've had a headache all morning, and my POTS specifically has been ridiculously flared up, like a good 40 points higher than normal. So on days like today, where I have to get up super early and don't really have a choice in the matter, it ends up being a major lazy day, major relaxation recovery day. I'm not doing anything. I love you guys, and if anybody else is in a flare-up today, just know that you are absolutely not alone. I am right there with you.
These are my ladies. This is Jill. This is my lady Amy. Little Susie. Brianna. You know why we call her Brianna, right? No? Yeah, it's a long story. Shaniqua. Teresa. This is Teresa right here.
You have any kids? Yes, I have one daughter. How about you? How many baby daddies do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Ellipses. I have one daughter. I understand that it's she by the same father. I have one daughter. I understand that it's she by the same father. I don't understand.
Did they have brains or not? Don't make me laugh. They were popular. What?
If you say these to a deaf customer, you're probably breaking the law. We actually don't provide interpreters, so you're gonna have to bring a family member or someone that you know that can interpret for you on that day. As a business, it's actually illegal for you to tell a deaf person to bring their own interpreter. It's even worse if you say, we won't provide one. Oh no, it's fine, we'll just write back and forth. It's not on the business to decide what is effective communication for a deaf person. It is on the deaf person to say, yes, we can write back and forth, or no, I'm gonna need auxiliary aids, an American Sign Language interpreter, or other things to make sure that I have effective communication. See, we would provide an interpreter, but we just can't afford it. Completely valid, but you will have to prove that it is an undue burden and you really can't afford it. Just saying you can't afford it is not good enough. That's not our policy. We've never had to do that before. As a business, you're required to make reasonable modifications to your policies in order to make things accessible, unless they fundamentally alter the nature of your business. So if a student wanted a college to waive graduation requirements because they had a disability, the college isn't going to do that.
If you're chronically ill and disabled and you've had people call you lazy like I have, this one goes out to you. You are not lazy. Lazy people don't struggle to do the things they enjoy. Lazy people are looking for ways to do less in life. So if you're the kind of person that's actively trying to use a mobility aid, or use an accessibility tool, or get accommodations so that you can do more, or so that you can do things more effectively, that's the exact opposite of lazy. Or if you're on the couch beating yourself up about not being able to get things done, about how many different things you're behind on, that's not lazy. Energy management when it comes to being chronically ill and disabled is so important because your energy is so precious, but it's also very limited. I often find myself planning a full day of tasks and not getting through even the first quarter before I start flaring up. And that can leave you feeling really bad about yourself, but I promise you, that is not laziness. Lazy people are not even going to try to endeavor that whole day of tasks in the first place. The limitations of your body don't define your character. They don't define your work ethic. Just know if you're struggling right now, whether it's people being hard on you or you being hard on yourself, that you're not alone. This is one of those things that a lot of people with chronic illnesses and disabilities go through. It's one of those mental challenges I'm still struggling with. And you deserve grace. You deserve a break, some rest, and to be kind to yourself.
I am disabled. Sure, things are hard sometimes and there are challenges here and there, but the one thing that I'm never going to do is use my disability as an excuse. All I want is to inspire others with disabilities or anyone that has limitations in their life and show everyone that having one leg is not the end of the world. Losing my leg has taught me that the only limitations that you have are the ones that you put upon yourself. So, what's your limit?
Why is it that able-bodied people have such a problem with a disabled person dressing nice? I finally got some nice clothes and I'm wearing them out, and like, yes, I get a lot of weird looks from people regularly. I'm 20 years old, I'm transgender, and I have a cane. And I wear mobility aids like my knee braces, shoulder stuff, wrist stuff, back brace. So I get weird looks. Why is it though that it goes from like some people giving me weird looks to everyone giving me a weird look? Like everyone's turning their heads back with like so much more judgment. Like why is it such a big problem for a disabled person to wear a nice shirt?
This is a size of disability that no one talks about. And that is how hard it can be sometimes and how isolating that it can feel when you're different from other people. The reason I'm going to share this is because I feel like it's not really talked about. As a result of my disability, I can never drive a car, I need help in crossing roads, and I struggle in the community by myself. I am very isolated and I can't leave the house without some assistance. And this can get really challenging and it makes me feel not good enough as a person and like a burden because I'm always needing someone. And all of this coming out against me, I'm defective and I'm capable. And sometimes I feel overwhelmed, as you can see. How I deal with this is I am a very passive person in general. So that's very helpful. But what I do is I feel through it. I understand that's an hour, whatever it takes. And I tell myself how strong I am, how resilient I am, and how much that I've achieved. And I look at the people that I have in my life. All is evidence against these beliefs that I'm creating. And then what I do is I'll try and make a plan moving forward, whether it be calling on a friend, picking up more shifts at work so I can get more money to get Ubers. I basically wanted to just share like the side of disability that's not really spoken about. Disability, non-disability, though, everyone has challenges they have to go through, and I guess it's about how you cope with them and move forward with them is what I'm trying to say. You allow yourself the time and the space, but then also how you're going to move forward. I thought I'd just share and hope that anyone that is struggling, you can feel it to heal it, and then make a plan moving forward. So.
I did the butcher, I did the baker, I did the home and the family maker, I did school.